Hey everybody, Crapgamer here, back again with a video. Thanks for checking it out. And I wasn't even sure I was going to do this video because it seems like when I do videos, it comes across as, you know, especially videos like this, maybe negative. And I don't really look at this as being negative per se. I more or less look at this as something that kind of bugs me a bit. So, as you guys know, there was supposedly going to be a Xbox Scorpio reveal outside of E3 where they were going to show off the console and show off games running on it and possibly talk about some of the stuff and features and things like that, because it is one thing to have it on Digital Foundry and it's another thing to show it off to the masses at an event. Now it looks like they're specifically going to show this at E3, which is a bit of a mistake in my opinion. You have like 90 minutes. You know, there's a couple of different things that could have happened. Maybe they're probably already running through their show at E3, and my opinion would be that they probably ran through the show and didn't take up enough time. Take that as you will. You know, I've said all along that Microsoft won't have like a super surprising E3. It's going to be very safe, and I think that they didn't have enough content to fill it up. So you move over the Scorpio thing and it probably takes up 10 or 15 minutes. Now, you guys can think I'm wrong or whatever, and that's fine. We don't always have to agree. But what I do want to say is that it doesn't make sense to me to reveal that at E3. You know, I mean, we get some of the specs and stuff, and some of the hardcore could get that. But obviously, they want to sell this thing to more than just the super hardcore. You know, you want to sell it to everybody, and you're going to have millions of people watching E3. I get that, but why not do a separate 25-minute event? Because you know what's going to happen if they have some kind of VR to show off, like the rumor is they have some kind of VR, and like Fallout 4 VR might be a timed exclusive or something like that on it. That doesn't translate well at E3 in my opinion. Last year we got Carmack out there with VR, some kind of nonsense. The year before it was like HoloLens, some kind of nonsense with Minecraft. Like, I don't want that this year. Save the VR and the Minecraft and all that stuff for an event showcasing Scorpio. Take 25-30 minutes out. You're a multi-hundred-billion-dollar company. You can afford to do a 30-minute presentation where you can show it off, and then save the actual release date and the price tag for E3 and just be like, drop the mic, $3.99, pick it up October 22nd. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you do. And then you show some games running on it as well and things like that. Now what they've done is kind of painted themselves into a corner, because the media is going to hate on them for doing hardware, and a lot of people are going to hate on them for doing hardware. But regardless of that, just to me, it just takes away time. And, you know, it just either shows that they don't have a ton of content, or it takes up time that they could spend on other content, because they do have a tendency to rush their games. You know, like one of their best games and best-selling games is Forza Horizon 3, and they spent all of 60 seconds on it or something like that, or a minute and a half. You know what I mean? Like, show these games. That's what I want. You know? It's like, we know that the third-party deals they're going to have, they're whatever Sony left on the scrap heap for them because they were, you know, because they didn't want them. You know, so we know they're not going to have a heavy hitter like Destiny or Call of Duty or Battlefront or Red Dead. They're not going to have any of that stuff on their stage. So they're stuck with, like, they're going to do like a 10 or 15 minute indie block. You know, they're going to do the Forza 7, the Sea of Thieves, the Crackdown 3, the State of Decay 2, the Ori 2, the Fable reboot, maybe something else in there. The Halo 6 ending, showing off, you know, Halo 6 on Scorpio at the end or whatever. And the hardware reveal, some VR nonsense, and, you know, it just is what it is. But to me, man, just show the console before E3, and then you have E3 free to do a lot of other things. You know, I don't know. Like, I just think they're going to play it extra safe and leave the door open for Sony or pundits or whoever to come in and say, hey, you know, they spent a little bit too much time on this. And who's going to really argue if you know, you spend 15-20 minutes talking about this thing at E3? I don't think that a lot of people are going to be super excited about it. I think if you keep it within, you know, here's the thing. They release all these ads for controllers and this and that, and then, you know, it just doesn't seem like it flows well to me. You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, especially, and even if you don't agree with me, because you could be a diehard Xbox fan, and I am, and you can say, well, no, it's a good thing or whatever. I'm not saying don't show off it at E3. I'm saying, why not do all the stuff I said with the VR and the nonsense that nobody cares about, and show some games running on it and stuff like that, and then at E3 just do the price and the release date, you know, and you can pre-order it today, you know, like, do that. Don't waste your time with all the other nonsense. To me, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know, I could be completely off base here. You know, you might not agree. I think it's weird. So I would really love your opinions on this. Don't you think it makes sense to hold a pre-E3 event for Scorpio? I mean, Apple does it, Sony does it, Nintendo does directs, and Microsoft seems like they want to shove every single thing they do for the whole entire year to this one E3 event, and that just doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know, just call me crazy. Let me know what you think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.